There were 3. Where's the other?
Very close to you.
Finish me. Kill me.
Oh. So much like the quiet thing, you actually pull the trigger yourself. Now with games like this, I'm always interested to know what happens when you don't pull the trigger. It's just curiosity for me. I think Snake's become enough of a demon himself to not hesitate right now, but what if you don't?
Do it yourself. Mission complete, boss.
Kill me. Kill me.
Was it Eli? Oh.
I did it. Revenge!
Whoa. I think Huey made the ultimate statement, to be honest. Alright, silver trophy. We've killed Skullface, so we destroyed the main antagonist. Well, we killed the main antagonist of the game without ever having a boss battle against him. Has that ever happened in a Metal Gear before? Can't seem to remember. I think Peace Walker, I guess. But it's interesting. Yeah, of course it was an S-ring. Bullshit. So what now? This is what I'm curious to know. Let's have some ending cutscenes. Well, the first ending anyway. And go from there. So I won't discuss stuff until after that. Because, I mean, who the fuck is this Psycho Mantis thing? They took the parasite thingy. I keep thinking it's a figment of Snake's imagination, but
Anyone can give up his fight by laying down arms. But the feeling of holding a gun, that we'll never forget. Like our lost limbs. The sensation lingers.
Here she comes! Here she comes!
Rifles in missing hands. We stand tall on missing legs. We stride forward on the bones of our fallen. Then, and only then, are we alive. This pain is ours, and no one else's. The secret weapon we wield, out of sight. We will be stronger than ever. For our peace. Sahelanthropus will unleash that thirst unto the future. Those were his last words.
Cause.
Pretentious to the end. Still. Doesn't feel like this is over. And I'll never be whole again.
There are an estimated 7,100 languages spoken in the world, but only 6 designated official languages of the United Nations. One of these English, and although it is the dominant lingua franca, well, okay. Thanks for giving me the time to read it, man. So there you go. That was ending number 1. Very stale. The music was pretty good, but it gave me very little. I mean, Skullface's death was good, but we never had to fight him really, so nothing happened. It was just weird. We were kind of... We took a ride with him, he explained everything to us, and then we fought Sahelanthropus, and it's a bit weird. Okay, so it was left in Eli's hand. I mean, I think that's pretty much showing you that things are still incomplete. There's still things that need to be done. But I mean, as an initial ending, it's a little bit weird. I mean, I haven't got that same feeling that I get from completing other Metal Gear games for some reason. And part of me thinks that it's a design choice, because the big boss that we're dealing with here and the story that we're dealing with here is different from the other Metal Gears that we've played. I mean, Big Boss has had 9 years in a coma. You know, he doesn't know who his friends are anymore. I mean, all we have is Cars and Ocelot that are with us from the start. And well, because he has to go out and do all of these missions, and the way the game is structured, there's really no time to kind of build kind of any interesting relationship or share anything emotionally with Cars and Ocelot. I mean, Big Boss is very, very monotone here. You don't get to, and it seems like even more so because he doesn't have a love interest like he did in Metal Gear Solid 3. He, I don't know, he just seems very, very stale. But like I said, I mean, this is probably design choice because of the way, you know, the story is at this point and who Big Boss has become. And I'm sure, I mean, if Kojima wanted to, he could have done the story very much differently. But I mean, it's left me feeling incomplete. I mean, the Man on Fire, we never had a boss battle against him. The Psycho Mantis person, I mean, it seems real, so maybe it is Psycho Mantis, but it looks small to be Psycho Mantis. Maybe it's a young Psycho Mantis, I don't know that. No reference was made to that at all. Is it only Snake that can see it? We don't know. I don't know. It's not left me feeling like I wanted to feel. Put it that way. But I mean, like I said, it's partly because it's just a different kind of game, really. I mean, I don't know to what extent we can compare it to the other Metal Gears because it's just so different than what came before it. But like I said, I don't know. Maybe my feeling here is going to be completed more once we do the other stuff that we need to do, and we get the other ending. Because, like I said, I mean, I find it a bit weird that Skullface kind of went out in that way. It was a little bit strange. Because I mean, we had the big run up to meeting him, and then all of a sudden we were all buddies, and then we took a little ride together, and we chatted about stuff. And then afterwards, suddenly, someone else took over Sahelanthropus. I believe it was Psycho Mantis using Eli's will and lust for revenge, so he took over Sahelanthropus. It got crazy. Sahelanthropus killed Skullface. I don't know. It's strange. I'm not sure I really love that aspect. Like I said, coming into this game, one of the things I did hear from people who were playing it was that the story was really flat compared to the others, and that the gameplay was really good. And to be honest, so far from what I've seen, I have to echo those sentiments. I mean, I wouldn't call it an incomplete story, because when we fill in everything that we've got from the cassettes and all that, there is, you know, a story there. But like I said, there are some weird kind of questions that I have and some big holes that either I've missed, you know, I just haven't understood them, or I haven't activated the cutscenes or the cassettes necessary to explain it. It's strange. Like I said, the Man on Fire, I was expecting a boss battle against that guy. I mean, maybe the one where we escape from the Devil's House, that is the boss battle against him, but you're told to run, so... And surely you can't complete a boss battle by running away from it. That's just stupid, so... I really... It hasn't given me that feeling, it really hasn't. But as a game, you know, as a standalone game, if I was just you know, not a massive Metal Gear fan, and I was just playing this as a game just to see what it's like, it's really good. But like I said, especially because I'm a Metal Gear fan that just loves the story so much, and I think Metal Gear Solid 3 is a sentiment to that, because Metal Gear Solid 3 is my favourite of the Metal Gears, and that was very story heavy. You know, it had, for me, Metal Gear Solid 3 had everything. It had the love interest. The way that played out was really good. The way that the end turned out, it wasn't a very complicated story. It was fairly simple to understand. You know, there wasn't vocal cord parasites and metallic archaeas and, you know, nuclear non-detonation tests and all this shit. It was a fairly simple story, and the way it played out was a lot more satisfying for me. So story-wise, I do love my Metal Gear Solid 3, but this one has left me wanting more, and that's pretty much what a lot of other people are feeling. So I mean, at this stage, honestly, from a Metal Gear fan's perspective, I can't see how any true, like, big time, Metal Gear Solid fan, massive fan of the franchise, can really sit down and say this game was an absolute masterpiece. It was the best Metal Gear Solid. I really can't imagine. And if you genuinely think that's true, then fair play to you. But please do explain to me why you think that this is the best Metal Gear of them all. Because I feel like there's just no way. When you think of how strong the other games are as well, Metal Gear 1, 2, and 3 especially. Okay, 4 had a lot more issues, but I still like 4. But 1, 2, and 3 especially, I mean, come on. It just doesn't feel like it compares. I mean, I think back to this, I mean, truly memorable characters? Not really, because, I mean, Ocelot in this game was so stale. He had none of the interesting quirks that he had in Metal Gear Solid 3. He barely did his hand movements. He hardly had any of his, interesting quotes. They did that one little thing where he where he kind of mimicked the scene between himself and Big Boss 20 years ago. That was great. But there was not enough of that stuff. Ocelot wasn't Ocelot. Kaz, for me, is not the most multi-dimensional character anyway. He's a great ally for Big Boss, a great loyal buddy, but I mean, meh. Quiet, what even happened with Quiet? Nothing that I've seen. I mean, I thought there was going to be more happening with her. And like I said, the stuff that I'm talking about now, there might be more coming up, so you might, have to ignore everything I'm talking about. But Eli, we beat him up twice, and then we didn't even have a cutscene. They're talking about DNA tests, we don't know the results. So the fact that they're giving us the big long credits here as if we've completed the game, either there's still a lot more than I think, or this game is genuinely, there's a lot that they haven't dealt with here. And again, I mean, compare it to your other Metal Gears. I mean, how many truly memorable cutscenes were there in this game? Truly memorable moments, truly memorable lines, actions. I can't think of many, to be honest. So I don't know. I think the game was so long coming, and the gameplay is so good. I've really enjoyed the gameplay, that a lot of people, like, just because of the fact that there's such Metal Gear Solid fans, they love Kojima so much, they wanted to love this game so much that no matter what came out from this game, they were going to be all over it. And I think the marketing machine behind this game was very powerful. I mean, they put a lot of effort into this game. The fact that they released Ground Zeroes is like even though it only took an hour to complete the main mission, they released that, they got people to pay for it. They released endless trailers, endless gameplay, crazy stuff on social media. Hideo Kojima himself was all over the social media. They really needed a result with this game. And I think the reviews have to some small extent kind of overinflated it a little bit. I mean, from what I can see, the average review this game has is like 9.5 out of 10. And personally, I would disagree. I would consider it, at this stage, at this moment in time, like I said, only mission 32 of 50. But at this moment in time, I'd give it an 8 at best. Because for me, the story side, at the moment, is lacking. Gameplay-wise, it's a 9.5 for me. But outside of that, in terms of like the character, the story, the dialogue, the stuff that I personally love about Metal Gear has been subpar compared to the other games. So for me, it's an 8/8.5 right now. But hopefully that will change once we listen to even more cassettes and do the missions necessary to unlock the extra kind of ending and more information, because there's still a lot to talk about. Okay. Nuclear weapons can now be developed or disposed of. So I can nuke people? Or is this like an online only thing? Legendary soldiers. Whoa. My man. Grey Chameleon has the same character model as one of the others. Wonderful. Mastodon. Frantic squirrel. Flaming buffalo. There's loads of them. And a bee. I bet it feels terrible. Alright, so what now?
I won't scatter your sorrow to the heartless sea. I won't see you in as ashes. You're all diamonds.
This man acted as accomplice to the attack on Mother Base.
Why are you here? Revenge against the boss.
I'm not like you!
I think it is time you knew.
I'll go alone.
Boss, what are you...
We can't afford to lose anyone else.
What if she's a spy?
What if I'm a spy? Or you?
Kill her! What should we do, boss? Just give the order.
You were right. He is not one of us.
Boss.
Snake?
Alright, good. So seeing that has made me happy. And that's why I kept on saying you might have to ignore everything that I've said. So it looks like there's definitely more to come. I hope so. But like I said, it's those repeat missions that have been worrying me, thinking that they've just padded out Chapter 2 with replays.
Attention! Diamond Dogs! Even with Skullface dead, our brothers are unavenged. And the Phantom Pain he brought us lives on. Cypher is still out there. We know they've planted spies, parasites among us. Watch the man to your left, to your right. Assume nothing. Report everything. It's the only way to protect ourselves. From here on out, you will be my eyes. The deadliest enemy's right here in our midst. And they will get no mercy.
Whoa, was he blind the whole time? If so, that's impressive. Being blind with no arm and no leg. That's a tough life. I always thought he was wearing sunglasses just to be cool because it's cars. Okay.
Even with Skullface dead, our pain is
Unit
still right
function
with us.
added.
We need more strength. We need more men. Diamond Dogs needs to be bigger. Missions have come in too. We still have a long road ahead of us.
Boy, am I happy to hear that. Alright, so now I'm feeling pumped. So this is the feeling that I needed to have in terms of enthusiasm for the game. This is good. So
Please
how does this work
mission.
now? Subsistence, the ultimate in solo infiltration. All weapons and items. All weapons. Okay, on-site procurement. Whoa, okay, right. To be honest, I feel like trying some of these. No chicken hat, damn it. Right, okay, so now I guess, now that we've dealt with Skullface, obviously we've got Cypher. We kind of forgot about Cypher, going to hide him behind everything, the sleeping giant that is Cypher. So I guess surely now heading to the Battle Gear hangar is going to give us something. But based on that little trailer that we saw, there's still a lot of story to come in Chapter 2, which is what I'm looking forward to. And maybe, I've been saying 8, 8.5, maybe that after that it's going to push it up to the 9, 9.5, and I'm going to turn around and say, thank God that we had Chapter 2 and it played out this way, because everything changed and this genuinely is one of the best Metal Gear Solids ever made. So yeah,
Please select a
happy about
mission.
that. And it's been a fairly long session, but it's only Friday night, so I might have time this weekend depending on how work goes, because I might have stuff to do over the weekend for work. But if I don't, then we'll get cracking straight on with Chapter 2, because I mean, I gotta know. I gotta know what's going on. And again, we'll start with some cassettes and some other stuff. But yeah, hopefully my levels should start going up, and I think when I do these repeat missions, I'm going to have much better people as well. So yeah. Okay. Wow, it's an interesting session, and luckily it seems like we've got more to come. I will see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Take care.